I'm going to tell you now an interesting story about what I call the big lie. And this is a lie that happens all the time. And because of this lie, many people end up going to lawyers, and many cases are resolved through the courts rather than through reasonable negotiation. All right? And this is the big lie. Let me tell you. I'm Peter Bartinik, a board-certified civil trial attorney practicing law here in Connecticut. The big lie happened to my client today when she was in a car accident. It was not her fault. She was hit from behind, and it was a pretty serious car accident. The car was a complete wreck. She goes to the doctor. The insurance company calls her repeatedly and shortly thereafter, right after the car crash, and tells her that they will pay for her deductible. They instruct her that she can submit her medical bills through her own health insurance company, and that they will pay the deductible. And they tell her there's no need for her to get a lawyer because they're going to cover her medical bills. So I told her, tell them, she'd been to the doctor one time. So I said, what's your deductible? And she said $30. So I said, tell them to give you $30. And then tell them in the same conversation that you're going to go back next week for a checkup, and the next deductible bill, another $30, that you expect them to give you $30 then too. And see what they say. And she did that, and what they told her was that they're not going to pay the deductible, that instead they want her to submit all of her bills through her own health insurance company, and then she could keep track of all the deductibles that she's paid for out of pocket, and then at the end, when she's done with her care, then she can tell the insurance company how much money she spent in deductibles, and then they would reimburse her then. That was the story then. How unfair is that for her to be required, number one, to incur the cost of the deductible when she's just been told by the insurance company that they will pay the deductible, and number two, for the cost of this injury to be borne by her own health insurance company. The cost should be borne by the person who caused the accident and the responsible carrier, which would be the liability carrier, not my client's health insurance carrier. Many people, like my client, end up going to lawyers because of that lie. When the insurance company blatantly lies and says, we're going to be paying for your deductible, don't worry, and then they don't. Why do I tell you this? Because this happens all the time. I hope this information is helpful to you in the event that you're ever in an unfortunate accident and you're wondering, what do you do in this time shortly after the accident when you're physically injured, you're concerned about the medical bills, you're confused about the process, and one thing you should know is that the insurance company for the tortfeasor, the person who caused the fault, they are the ones that are legally responsible. They are responsible for all of your harms and losses. Not just some of them, all of them. And they are responsible completely for your out-of-pocket expenses and the non-out-of-pocket expenses, including all of the medical bills. Can you imagine what would happen to your insurance rates, your health insurance rates, if all of the responsibility for the negligent car drivers fell on your health insurance company? And in the future, if this ever happens to you, hopefully you can quickly tell the insurance adjuster that if they're going to cover your deductible, cover it now, and don't make you bear the risk and the embarrassment, potentially, of not being able to pay your doctor when the doctor wants to be paid on the spot. I hope this information is useful to you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.